This channel, my friends, this channel is Emperor Hirohito just ordering the bombing of Pearl Harbor. That's what it feels like. It's no longer a 9/11 levels. I feel like we've surpassed 9/11. It's like 8 9/11s put together. The downfall of this channel. But, you know, it's still up. The Pigcast, what you're currently watching right now, the Pigcast is not going to stop. We're like the Energizer Buddy, right? Imagine the Energizer Buddy going to court because he just didn't stop. She kept saying no, but the bunny was like, no, I have to. It's my job. Welcome to the live stream. We have an action-packed episode as we usually do, although today I feel a little bit ill-prepared. Usually I have notes of the actual topics, which I guess I might as well do here. Might as well do them live, right? Because we're not we don't care about production value here. We don't care about decorum. We don't care about professionalism. So might as well just do the behind the scenes stuff. Today we're going to be talking about a seed release ritual. So seed release, that's exactly what it sounds like it is. It's essentially gay with more steps. It's gayness with more steps. So that's what we're going to be talking about. One of the topics, obviously claustrophobia, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing ridiculously, but you have to take an equation. My what do you call this? A trash accent, right? So it's a little bit of Miami, a little bit of garbage combined into one, and now we have claustrophobia. Claustrophobia. That's already a car crash. We haven't even bulked in, and we're already starting off hot. Phobia. What else is there? We also have vloggers. These couple vloggers. I don't understand how these people function. I imagine they don't in normal society, but we're going to be looking at a couple here. One that was actually a parody, and then I looked it up, and there are people that actually do this. There are people that do this normally, which I can't imagine you having a semblance of a normal relationship if you're one of these couple bloggers or you're a family blogger and you're out here. Oh, look, it's we're here at Disney and you're recording yourself as opposed to enjoying yourself with your family. So couple vloggers, and then what else is here? Airplane. Now, I've been late to airplanes many times, although I have suffered the consequence of missing my flight and having to get a new flight. This is a thing that's happened to pretty much all of us, but for some reason, people think that they're above the law. They think they're Steven Seagal, above the law. You see the ref. We're really starting off strong here. Bowling animations, I guess, is another one that I saw, which is my new favorite thing in the planet. And what's the last one here? Is this another? Yeah, seed release. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that there was one more. Am I skipping one? No, claustrophobia, seed release, mommy bloggers, airplane, bowling animations. I could have sworn I counted 6 before we started. That's irrelevant. Welcome. Oh, of course, playing cards. My cards, which are coming out in 2 days. My playing cards are going to be coming to Kickstarter in 2 days. Everything's approved. Everything's ready to go. And hopefully we're going to be launching those cards on Monday to great success. I'll also be live streaming. I realized I should do this live stream because the next one is going to be an entire one dedicated to playing cards, which is what I dread. I hate that. Unfortunately, as I've mentioned before, this is a channel dedicated to magic tricks, right? It's a channel. I teach card tricks. I teach coin tricks. It's pretty much the most hardcore virginity you could expect from an individual. And I'm doing it here, right? So what I've done with these podcasts is the perspective of an individual that does magic tricks every day of his life for a living in other world events. Like, for example, these bloggers or airplanes. So it's a take on things based on my profession and experience as a virgin magician. So I thought that was an interesting thing, and that's what this is. If you happen to land on this, right? But that's what this podcast is. So Monday, I'm releasing my playing cards. Playing cards are a big thing in the magic community. Obviously, card tricks are massive. And I'm releasing mine on Monday on Kickstarter, my very first deck. Hopefully going to be the first of many. And I'm hoping it's going to inspire me to do more decks. Because if this tanks, then I'm not going to be necessarily excited and enthralled about doing more. But that's Monday, and we'll be doing a live stream where I'm going to live launch the cards as I'm doing a live stream, which could go two ways. It could either go great or it could go catastrophic. It could go in the way of Pearl Harbor, as I described earlier, by way of Hirohito. Look it up. So we have a couple topics, as I've seen here. Let me go through the comments. Salute PigCake, says Jonathan Rosario. We have Sladler. I don't know how to pronounce your name there, but thank you for your summary of these live streams. It's very enjoyable to go through your actual summaries, because whenever I click on something that has some sort of interesting title, like, oh, PigCake makes his affirmations known, and then I click on it and I go, I'm gay, it's humorous to me. So I really do appreciate your work in that endeavor. You're a champion. Alk says, oh, right, PigCake's playing cards. I plan on investing some money. Investing is a funny word with that particular sentiment. Remember when Daniel used to just interpret Piggy every sentence? Well, I remember when I used to have to decipher Daniel for the regular viewing audience, which really wasn't a lot. But I had to decipher Daniel because I feel like sometimes Daniel was trying to convey certain things, but his elementary third grade reading level was incapable of putting out things. So he has to say things in his street way and have to translate it for people that speak English good. Slater, okay, thank you for that. I don't know why you added a fucking Z in there. Maybe it's gnarly, right? You're trying to add extra letters. That's what I hate about the English language, that we add letters that are silent, right? Oh, for no reason. Let me just add that. We could be so utilitarian when it comes to our writing, but we instead choose to add invisible letters, or letters that don't exist, and you see it there and you can't hear it. It's dumb. It's dumb. But I do have to admit, it's the greatest language. All the other ones sound like garbage. Spanish, especially from Cubans, we sound awful. So usually when it comes to a word that has like plural, so like mesas, which would mean tables, they go, oye, dame esa mesa, or pásame la mesa. They just cut off the S's. We're pretty trashy when it comes to that. It's a Dominican, Puerto Rican thing. Let's see here. What else? I'm buying 2 decks. Thank you for that, Joey. Can't wait to ship them out and incur shipping fees because of the fucking price on shipping is ridiculous, by the way. That's one thing that me and Daniel were looking at. They're pretty fucking expensive to ship. Let's see. Slater, I'm a dick. I agree based on the pronunciation and the invisible letter there. What are we going to start with? I don't know how to start such an action-packed show. I guess let's start with something that's really impressive here, and something that I recommend all men do, which is a seed release ritual. A seed release ritual. Now, it's exactly what you imagine it to be, right? If you're thinking... I need to stop saying right, by the way. I've realized that looking back on these streams, I tend to say the word right a lot, and it's stupid. It doesn't add anything to it. It's like saying You're not adding anything, and if anything, you're deterring from what you're trying to get at. Which I now just did explaining that I say right too much. But this is a seed release ritual. Now, I saw this a while ago, right? And I've realized that in 2023, we try to operationally define a lot of things, right? So we're trying to, right, you see it? We're trying to break things down and trying to make it more important than it actually is. So here we have what is real. I looked it up. It's real. It's not fake. This seems like a parody. It's not, as you're going to see with the next video. But here we have Alchemy of the Divine Masculine from 2023, May 27th. So we missed out on doing this bonding experiment of this seed release ritual. Embrace your power through sacred release. Now, to you, the troglodyte, the person that doesn't really understand, right? Somebody that's not really as intelligent as someone like me that's thinking in 6 dimensions. You might look at this and think, oh, they're just jerking off. No. This is a seed release ritual. It's a ritual. It's designed for it has a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits that you might not be aware of because you're just thinking of it in terms of what it appears to be, which is sexual. It's well beyond sexual. It's alchemy of the divine masculine. And of course, the comments here are talking about different crystals and different things that aid in this release ritual. One thing that I hate about Twitter, by the way, is sometimes, I mean, I know that this is discover more, but what tends to happen here is that people start shilling their shit on popular threads. So you might have a thread like this that gets popular. This one isn't super popular, but I have seen this one gain some traction. And it's just people shilling, and it's usually them shilling their album, which is not the best place to do it. Nobody's gonna listen to your shitty song when they're trying to laugh, when they're trying to meme. I believe this one, I think, might be the dude. Yeah, so this guy right here is this guy. If you could tell from the beard. Very impressed with the shape of his beard here. It's very difficult to get down. I've been trying to line myself up well, but it becomes exponentially hard when you're only using one mirror. And this, instead of having one of these, maybe I should use that really virgin-y magic mirror that you could practice with in order to shave. And it's this guy over here. He's a singer. And here he's talking about a release ritual. Here he's talking about how he's done one of these and how great and how invigorating it felt.
So I had an amazing organ meat dinner with my bro. And then we got naked and we just chilled in my bed and watched some Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we basically just held each other's mushrooms.
Dicks. If that wasn't clear enough, they're dicks. I just want to make that abundantly clear. Some people might think, oh, mushrooms, they maybe brought the dinner to bed. No, dicks. They're referring to penises.
And then we got naked and we just chilled in my bed and watched some Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we basically just held each other's mushrooms and kind of just like massaged the heart meridian. Because in Chinese medicine, at least in classical Chinese medicine.
Now, until I watched this, to this particular part, right? I watched this to this and I'm like, yeah, haha, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. This is a parody. This is not real. This is fake, right? This guy's obviously pulling fun at these new age guys. And then he pulls this out.
Listen, the penis is the outermost extension of the heart, especially that heart meridian. Let's see if I can show this to you right here. So this is a diagram.
That's when you know that this guy's serious. When he brings out the dick chart. That's when you know. And believe it or not, the gayest part of this entire video is the fact that he was watching Obi-Wan. All right, my attempt at humor there.
Mushrooms and kind of just like massage the heart meridian. Because in Chinese medicine, at least in classical Chinese medicine, the penis is the outermost extension of the heart.
I think that this is how Steven Seagal got his allegations. He would say that he's a shiatsu expert masseuse, and he would say, oh, let me rub you and let me give you a massage because I'm an expert. And then he starts groping your tits. Same thing with this. I imagine you go over to this guy's house. He has nice little like things laid out, a charcuterie board. And then he goes, hey, man, it's not anything, but I just feel like your chakra is misaligned. Can I help you? And then he starts squeezing your frenulum.
Show this to you right here. So this is a diagram in terms of penis reflexology. It's a little bit blurry, but you can basically see there's all like the pineal gland is right before the urethra. The heart is all about the fire element. It's the small intestine as well.
Also, you know, it's real when he starts bringing out Avatar into your dick and the places where you could touch your penis. So it's, hey, man, look, this one's the fire element. This is the Sharingan eye. I believe that's a Naruto reference that I just made. If you understood it, you need to see a vagina soon.
Stores self-hatred, cruelty, and impatience. So basically, we massaged each other's heart meridians to help release self-hatred while...
Come. The house release semen. Come. That's what he's getting at.
Cuddling and watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it was just so beautiful. And this is what my Celtic ancestors did. They would also suck each other's nipples.
So yeah, so he's making the historical argument that his Celtic ancestors would do this before battle in order to get each other excited. So I saw this and I just had to show to you guys that this exists in the planets. There are people that believe in essentially gay with more steps. That's really what it is. It isn't anything new, right? Yeah, you feel good What I'm wondering though is how he established it. Oh boy, these Saturday ones. I'm more well spoken in the week. I don't know what's up with my tongue being tied on the weekend. Now, what I want to know is how is it that you could look at this and think that this is a thing? Right? How is it that you could take jerking off your boy and go, no, I know a way to make this not gay? And how do you deal with the post-nut clarity? That's what I was going to say. How do you deal with that? Because that's very important. I don't know if you've ever porked a porker before and you're doing it because, maybe it's last call at the bar, everybody's left, and all you're looking at is you're making some serious hungry eyes at that Daisy Duke wearing just Miss Piggy, and you decide, you know what? She deserves it. I'm going to take one for the team here. And then you get that post-nut clarity and you realize, oh, I've made a tremendous mistake. How do you deal with that when you're doing it with your boy, watching Obi-Wan while sucking each other's nipples? How do you do that? Please explain to me. If you guys are experts in this form of massages, if you guys know about reflexology, putting your dick, well, then this is something that I like to know if you're particularly an expert for this. I'm not. I don't think I would ever hang out with my boys and be like, hey, guys, it's time to align our prime meridians. Oh, how are we going to do that? Through jerking each other off. So this is great. It exists. There are people doing this in the planet. The alchemy of the divine masculine seed release ritual. It's not jerking each other off and coming. It's a release ritual. So that's the way that you want to frame it if you ever get caught. If you ever tell your mom, or if you ever tell your mom, Jesus, fuck, this is... I'm going to rename this the train crash. If you ever get caught by a significant other, a parent, maybe the old lady when you're shopping for groceries, and you can't hold it in till you get to your house, you got to tell her, no, ma'am, I'm just partaking in a seed release ritual. This sounds just as mystic as divine feminine stuff, but 5 years late. And not better either, says Alk. So I have to imagine this is just a rehashing of chicks doing it and new age, but with some cum. Cubans are awesome. Notice how they're the only immigrants that the government tries to keep out. There's a reason for that. Anti-communist. You say that, but we had Wet Foot, Dry Foot here. This is something I've talked about before. Wet Foot, Dry Foot is almost like a game show. I think it was during the Clinton administration where they said that if you're a Cuban immigrant and you come here and your feet touch the land, you're going to be granted citizenship. However, if the Coast Guards catch you in the water, we send you back to Cuba, presumably to be in jail for the rest of your life. So it was the world's funniest / cruelest game show on behalf of the United States government. This guy's in the FBI watch list under Colts. He tricks straight men. Yeah, that has to be the bit, right? That he's a very obvious... I think he has a wife, too, by the way, from what I saw on his Instagram account. And he's just out here trying to James Charles his way to getting some strange. And by strange, I mean in the form of releasing seeds. Wow, we got naked. We got mushrooms. What's next? It happened once, but I wouldn't say I'm gay. Not that I have like a piece of shit here on my laptop that's blocking. Not that I judge the practice, but the way to express it is at least weird. Woohoo. Thank you for that, Alk. I can't believe I had to double back on that. Ronan Clear says, I just joined. What the hell's going on? You've missed out on a lot of things, to be honest. You've missed out on a lot of things if you've just joined. We're talking about seed release rituals, which according to that guy, there's nothing wrong with doing it with your homies. There's nothing wrong with doing it with your homies. Daniel, as a matter of fact, just joined a stream. Daniel, if you ever want to partake in the seed release ritual that Celtic ancestors did, we could definitely do that together, you and I. But you're definitely going to be bottom. You're definitely going to be bottom. You know, it's fun when it comes to a ritual where you have to designate whether or not you're top or bottom. Like, this is not really a ritual, is it? You tricked me again. Oh, man. I remember one time I was at a bar, one of my favorite bars, and it was, I talk to everyone. I like to have conversation with people, right? I like to be very amicable when it comes to people. And for some odd reason, this guy mentioned my watch, and then we started talking. And then I didn't realize that he was very touchy-touchy with other people. He wasn't touchy-touchy with me. And I had to have a friend of mine come in and be like, dude, you know that guy was hitting on you. I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. So I have to imagine that if a homie comes up to me and is selling me on the benefits of a seed release ritual, I'd probably get tricked into it. I'd wake up in his apartment after sufficient drinks, and he'd show me the video where we just partook in a release ritual involving my penis in his mouth while I'm passed out. What else are we going to go at here? My Viking blood and heritage means I'm sucking dick, but in a very heterosexual way. You layman can't understand. Yeah, that's the best part. I feel like he would shame people that don't understand where he's coming from or what he's getting at with his seed release ritual. He's a singer, though. I think he's a Canadian singer, so that's another one to you Canadians, another great thing that you guys have produced out of your country. Piggy, read my comments. I know a situation. He's a cult leader under the FBI model. He's a low-level cult leader, though, not successful, only a couple followers, and non-violent. They're all of age, too. That's funny that those are distinctions from what you described in your comment there. Oh, he's a low-level, which means that he doesn't have a lot of people. They're all of age and not really too successful. Meanwhile, you have other cults that are very successful. I imagine they're higher levels. It's like Pokemon. This guy dresses like the richest person in Homestead, Florida. I guess, right? I almost was going to go without a shirt here. I thought that before when I was starting to stream, but I think that would have been too much. I would have looked too much like I partake in seed release rituals with my friends. So I decided to pop in this. I mean, it's almost July 4th, right? It's almost July 4th. It's almost coming up. I also went on one of these websites where chicks sell used clothes. Right, I didn't buy any of their used clothes, but I did find a good, reasonable white linen jacket. So that might be the thing that I wear in the next one, assuming I do get it. So I did find my white whale in my size. We'll see when it gets here. But I'll look less like I went inside, as somebody mentioned it before, I'll look less like I'm wearing AOC's power suit, which is very offensive to me. I'm here for the Daniel jokes. And Tuscan says there's a mirror for that, Daniel. I'm going to pin that. Anytime there's any sort of Daniel dissing, I agree with that. There's a mirror for that, Daniel. So you're going to get the pin of glory. Pin message. Manel, a frequent member of the PigCake cunt community, he suggested that I make like a little card for whenever that happens, right? Oh, I pin you and then I do a drop. I did add another drop, by the way. It's this one.
You know, we're living in a society.
I think that applies to a lot more things than the Let's Go. It replaced the Let's Go. The Gaberhood is still here.
This is the Gaberhood, and you are not welcome.
I'm a fan of the Gaberhood. I'm keeping it. When I first put it up there, I'm like, no, you know what? It's going to be hard to introduce and hard to use. But I got to say, I do think that I've become a huge fan of it. And I'm going to become a huge fan of that. We live in a society because it applies to everything. It applies to everything. For example, the seed release ritual, right? Just say you're jerking off with your friend. Man, we're not going to judge you. It's 2023, especially in June. What else do we got here? We also have, this is another thing that I've enjoyed a lot, bowling animations. You would think that this is an irrelevant topic, something that's not really something that's worthy to talk about. But I've been to enough bowling alleys where whenever you hit a strike or you miss or you split, the videos, the visuals, who makes these? They're all composed in some sort of weird mid-90s to early 2000s sort of software. And this is definitely something that would not be out of place in one of these bowling alleys. I found this one particularly novel just because of my connection. You'll soon realize what I mean by my connection.
Lay on it. On it.
That twist was, I think, the cleanest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Of course, it sets you up perfectly for, I would say, an expectation like at the end of the movie, Remember Me, with, what is it, Edward from Twilight, where the spoiler, at the end of the movie, it turns out he's in one of the Twin Towers, and he's going to meet up with his dad. and it's the morning of 9/11. That's the twist in the movie. This is the reverse of that. Just expert level, building up. You already know what's coming. Oh, man, it's another 9/11 joke. No, it's not. It's not a 9/11 joke. It's a very underrated 9/10 joke. 9/10 joke. A lot of people tend to joke about 9/11 because it's past the acceptable rate of like, oh, before, if it was maybe a year, it'd still be fresh in people's minds. So you really can't make fun of it. It's been a long time, so technically we can make fun of it now. But it's too overdone. Oh, you're making a 9/11 joke. Oh, how edgy. But a 9/10 joke, that's art. That's definitely art. Let's see what the comments say. The comments are some weird foreign language. What? 11.9. They hit the goddamn Pentagon. That, of course, has 16,000 upvotes for good reason. The Pentagon. Fuck. God, internet people. I was gonna say another word, but internet people are top notch. A Boeing 947, a Boeing 747. That's also pretty ace. These are tremendous, but they're very similar. If you go bowling, I don't think you'll be able to unsee it. If you see a bowling animation, it's going to be something ridiculous. It's going to be a pin molding into somebody, and then that person gets their head cut off, and that's a gutter ball. It's a lot in bowling. Also, bowling is disgusting. I don't know. Thank God I haven't done it in years, but we used to go fairly frequently. You would take your hands and dip it into these holes that about 100 other people that same day probably dunked their hand in with the residue of disgusting microwave pizza and semen, seed release ritual semen, and just a callback. See, that's a call.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
I don't know how that fit, but I felt like I just went with my instinct there and decided to drop that one there. But you're putting your fingers in, and now you have this disgusting assortment of germs and grease, and they don't clean inside. They're working minimum wage. They're teenagers. What they do is that they just use that job to make a little bit of money, and they fuck the employees. That's the way it works. Nobody cares in a bowling alley. There's always that one person there that's like 40. That's kind of he obviously peaked in middle school, and he's working there at the bowling alley. Maybe he's in there to try to court the other employees, which are all teenagers, as I've mentioned before. But nobody cares. You think they're going to actually bother to spray inside and clean it as they should? No. So inside, you're sticking your hand willingly into this disgusting crevice. Now you probably have Super 8s. Good job. And we worry about COVID, but we willingly stick our fingers in bowling balls in random places, even the high-end bowling places. Just because they add lights doesn't mean that they care about the germ situation inside of them. Let's see here. There's a lot of Brits and Japanese there too. The towers were an important international place. Yes, not just Americans died. A nice assortment of people passed away, thanks to people that look like this. People that look like this. You get the connection now? It's my people. Oh shit, bowling used to be the #1 sport on the level of the NFL. I don't think it's been to the point of football, but it is up there. I do enjoy watching bowling on ESPN 14 along with darts. I like watching darts. For some reason, people really hype that shit up, and the crowd loses their mind once they get a particular, I don't want to call it a play, but once they hit the 20s. You never want to hit the bullseye. You always want to hit that +3 or ×3 20s, I believe. I've never really partaken in darts, but it is exciting to watch. Golf is the one that I rather watch an abortion compilation than watch golf. Oh God, playing it probably fun. I've never played it. Obviously, I'm the put champion. Anytime there's a mini golf, your boy reigns supreme. But when it comes to actual golf, watching it, no, thank you. What else here? I know a bit about Northwest European history, not meaning to show off, but gosh, what a jerk. He should enjoy what he does without trying to justify it in history. Enjoy, mate. Don't talk BS. I don't know who you're talking about here. in reference ALK. Maybe a previous comment would clarify on that. I think you're talking about the seed releaser, the serial comer. That's going to be the Netflix documentary when his cult takes off. Let's see. This one, bowling is for cool dads. Probably. Maybe. I could see a bunch of dads having bowling shirts. I hate when people wear bowling shirts outside of bowling. Like you're wearing a shirt that has a name on it and it's outside. Like you look like you are... Let me see if my improv skills are good today. I feel like I've been in a steady 911 today. Not even a 910. 910 would have been an upswing. But ever since I started the stream, I've been flubbing my lines. I've bombed a couple jokes. It's a car crash stream. I apologize for doing this on a Saturday. I should stick to where I'm good, which is in a weekday. In a weekday, I'm sharp as shit. You watch the other streams, they're like, whoa, Piggy, how are you this sharp? Meanwhile, in this stream, your boy's out here on a slump. I don't know what it is. Maybe I haven't drank in a while. Sticking your hand in a disgusting crevice. Isn't that a typical Friday night for you? Yeah, because typically whatever female decides to let me inside of their slit is probably going to have the same germs that you find inside of a bowling ball. Piggy, you look like someone who was fired from a 1980s Miami-themed show and never returned a wardrobe. Is that the bits? I don't think so. I think they wouldn't wear an American flag. I'm violating several flag codes by wearing this. But I do want to say that I'm in acknowledgement of those flag codes. And I'm just sharing my nationalism, sharing my love for the country in which I live. Darts are fun sport to get drunk and gamble. Isn't that kind of counterintuitive that you would imagine you holding this very sharp thing? It's going to be very counterintuitive to want to drink and partake in that particular activity, because eventually somebody's going to go, hey man, I'm going to put my hand here and I'm going to trust you. Just shoot the dart, man. I trust you. And then they're going to end up on a compilation video on one of these fetishist websites where we watch people die. Speaking of this one, I guess this is an airplane. It ties into the previous one because the previous one was a bowling thing about an airplane. This is a man who was late to the airplane. So it ties in loosely. It still ties in. Man. I should really just end this. I should end this and end myself at this point. But let's go to this particular one. This has been going around everywhere. I saw this on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. And obviously, when you're late to the airport, you have to suffer with the consequence of your action. Now, let me go back here. The airport is a cesspool. Rules don't apply. There are people drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning. When I was leaving London, England to get back to the States, or to get back to Portugal, to get back to the States, there was an African family that made a makeshift hotel room out of their luggage, saran wrap, and clothes. So there's no law when it comes to these particular places. And because of that, the employees tend to be just dicks. They just tend to be the worst type of people. The TSA is always a waste of time. They bitch at you even though the rules are inconsistent. The rules are inconsistent from one line to another line. If you're a TSA person, you are a waste of a life because you're screaming at normal, regular, I would say intelligent, I would argue, people like me. And then you're bitching at me when I don't follow your inconsistent rules. I hear one guy tell me, hey, you don't have to take anything out. Just put your bag in the thing. All right, great. I don't have to do that. Hey, don't take off your shoes. All right, great. And then I hear that guy screaming it. I don't hear you say anything. Then when I go to your line, now your rules are different than his. But he was the one screaming. Maybe you should have been screaming too. Your rules, because I didn't know they were different from his, you fucking troglodyte. So there's always some sort of conflict. Now, when it comes to being late to the airport, if it's a TSA-related issue, I understand they're cunts, right? They get you through security, but you should have been there earlier. You should have anticipated the fact that you know that the airport is going to be the equivalent of a... Again, let's see my improv skills. The equivalent of a root canal colonoscopy, right? I've used that before. It's not really improv, but it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful for every party involved. So you got to anticipate and go early. And if it's an international, you go extra early because then you got to deal with, oh, here's my passport. Wow. Yeah, I'm aware I have to have 100 things in order to partake in travel to your country. Great. Yes. I've heard this a million times. Let me just go through. And then you have to deal with that. But when it comes to missing the plane at the gate, At that point, you have no recourse. You have nothing else that you could do apart from book another flight. You might as well do that. So when it comes to this guy thought that they would open the gate for him specifically. This is a black male equivalent of a Karen. I don't know what the name for that would be, right? We talked last time about Karens and how Karens isn't really a racial issue. There's black Karens, there's white Karens, there's Asian Karens, there's Latino Karens, for sure. But here, it's a black male Karen. Now, he is funny, I'll give him that, but come on, be better.
Be better.
Be better. So let's go to the video.
This is the final boarding call for the United Flight 2356 with service.
You want different headphones this time? The kind that you plug.
We need security at C10 to open this gate. You got some people trying to catch their flight. We're here early. Y'all need to come
Catch their flight. People trying to catch their flight here, guys.
open this motherfucking gate.
Obviously, we have a theologian, scholar here. Let's see how he's talking to the people. It'd be crazy if this guy picks up the mic and goes, "Hey guys, security to gate C10. We have a little bit of an incident here. Can you please open the gate? I'm trying to catch my flight." Now I said, "Yo, someone better open up this motherfucking gate. They better open up this motherfucking gate."
You got some people trying to catch their
People trying to catch their flight. This is in New Orleans. I think you could have guessed that.
flight. We're here early. Y'all need to come open this motherfucking gate.
It seems like this is his significant other that's embarrassed, right? He did get a pop there. So he did get a little bit of a pop, which is why I found this particularly humorous. You've seen other scenarios where you have Karens. There was one in particular that got a fire extinguisher because she missed her flight and she made a whole show. This guy, I think, is making a show, but at least it's a funny one and he's not really affecting other people. Whereas the other one got into a fight with, I think, some cops, and then now you're permanently on a no-fly list, you retard.
Security, come to motherfucking flight C10, please.
Motherfucking flight. Motherfucking flight C10. That's great. Let's see what the comments have to say here. Him saying he's here early. He did say that, by the way. Yeah, we're here early. I don't know if you caught that.
This is the final boarding call for the United Flight 2356 with service.
You want different headphones this time? The kind that you plug.
We need security at C10 to open this gate. You got some people trying to catch their flight. We're here early.
We're here early. We here early. I doubt that very much. Security, come to the... Oh, there's somebody actually wrote out the script here, the script to this scholar's dissertation. Security, come to motherfucking flight C10, please. Screen above. Boarding ended. This is art at this point. He banging the door like it's the actual plane. That plane's already probably pulling off. It's the we early. After it clearly says boarding has ended. Now, boarding typically ends what? Like 30 minutes before the scheduled departure. So I don't think people understand that particular rule, that you need to get there way early, because if you're there, yeah, your plane is leaving at 6:10, but if you're not there by 5:40, you're not going to be on the plane. So they think, no, I got to get there by 6:10. No, you don't. No, you don't. Unfortunately, the airplane is, again, a root canal colonoscopy, the airport rather. I was on time to a flight and it left early. It may be rare, but it happens. I don't know if that's the case. That might be, but I'm not going to trust that, especially on a TikTok comment. I knew this was New Orleans. Yep, I think anybody could have guessed that. There are a couple places that you could have guessed correctly in this particular place. Again, I'm refraining from making guesses public as to what airports I thought these were, right? But Atlanta definitely crossed my mind. Atlanta was there in my headspace, just bouncing around. But it's your fault. You're definitely not there early with the sign saying boarding ended. My goodness. Let's see some of the comments here. The only sport that's acceptable to watch is Wii Sports Golf. I agree. If you're going to watch golf, it needs to be a compilation of Wii Sports Golf. Playing darts drunk is when you don't realize your car keys are on you. Yeah, that's when you're reaching in for your car keys and going, hey, guys, I'm going to go. I got work tomorrow. And then you're ending up on the news the next day. Come on, Daniel. We have the best looking podcast host. Dapper Piggy should be the norm on YouTube. And of course, Daniel responds, Dapper, and the piggy ain't good. What does that even mean? Explain yourself, Daniel. Piggy got hairy Houdini hair. I love it. Yeah, this is unfortunately hair that I haven't done anything to. Typically, I like to spray with oils, coconut oil, rosemary, mint oil, and I haven't done that. I worked out, and yesterday, that's it. I blow dried my hair, and then I woke up, and this is what I got. So I'm not a fan of it, but unfortunately, it's there. The shirt's going to get you on an FBI watch list. They don't care about the shooting threats, just American flags and pocket constitutions. You sound a little bit like a, what do you call this? A sovereign citizen there, but I'll take it. I'll take it from you, Michael. This Black Karen needs a release ritual to cool it off and move on. Well, he does have a partner there, so maybe she could partake in helping him release his seed. I was about to say that again in a certain voice, but I think I've already pushed the limit of my racial stereotyping here. The significant other isn't embarrassed. She's making him do it. You say that. Let's see. Let's look and let's do a Spidey and look at the body language. All right, so let's go back. Hopefully you guys could see this. I don't like when I get two dings. When I get two dings, that means that it's iMessage. Good afternoon, says a random number. I don't trust these. I've been getting messages from spam, like spam SMSs recently. They're all there to steal information from you. Let's see. Let's look at the body language. So homeboy's out here knocking hard as fuck. He's on his phone, I believe. You know, probably calling customer service on how he was there early. We have these. Shotty's here laughing at him. The one on the right, I would say, you know, left. Both of them could get it. Sorry, I got distracted. Legs. I'm a huge fan of legs. This one's a little bit older to the right, but nothing turning around won't fix. And then now we have the first view of the significant other, right? So it seems like let's look at her body language. She is a couple feet away from him. I think she's also on the phone. She's definitely not in 100% support of him. She's not there, like, next to him, like, kind of like egging him on, like, yeah, that's right, you know, like it's typically done. They're not doing that. So I don't know. I would edge on the side of her being, I would say, embarrassed, but still supportive, because it seems like she's on the phone. Also, I notice a surprising lack of, unless I'm missing, she just has like a bag purse that she's holding. So I don't see any luggage around. Maybe the luggage is behind the table. It'd be hysterical. Oh, no, okay, I see some, unless this is luggage right here, or maybe this might be a divider. It'd be great if they checked it in to the actual flight. No, that's just a cart from what I see. She's looking around. I think she's in cautious support. That's what it seems like from my body analysis, my armchair psychology. Let's see. I like your hairstyle right now. You look good. A Playboy Antifa leader going after the colored hair feminist. I think those two things contradict each other. Unless you're talking about sexually. Of which case, no. They don't go after female Antifa. Sorry, female colored hair feminists. They go after people that they could do seed release rituals with. What else do we have here? Couple vloggers and claustrophobia. 2 days until the deck. I'm manifesting you sell a fuckload. Let's just do that together right now. Let's just try to align all our chakras. Let's actually do a little bit of seed release right now. Let's just do a seed release ritual right now together in unison, guys. And try to manifest the deck being a success, all right? So you can't see right now, but I'm actually doing Kegels with my Pinasia. So no, it's going to be very hard to do a seed release ritual on a live stream. Even though I'm trying as hard as I can right now, I failed. I'm sorry. This is going to be a failure. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I read the reports. That wasn't a joke. That shirt's going to... Oh, that's funny. Anybody that shows a modicum of patriotism, you're on a list. You're on a list. I'd love to see if I'm on that list. I know that there was like millions of people on a potential FBI list. I saw that ruminating around Twitter. So I want to see if you look it up and you see... Online magic persona PigCake. Dude, shut up, man. Dude, I'm on a list. I'm popular. I'm famous. So I don't have to go to mommy bloggers or claustrophobia. I guess let's go to mommy bloggers, right? So I have two videos here. I don't know if to show you the parody and then I'll show you the parody first. Although I am breaking the classic rule where if you want to parody something, they need to be aware of what it is. But I think the parody sets up the actual couple very well. So let's go here. Right, so we have this one. This is the parody.
Baby, say it again. Say it again. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Because I said I would take you to the doctors, and now I failed to go golfing. Uh-oh. Well, guess what, baby? I pranked you. I pranked you. We're going to Disneyland today. I canceled your doctor's appointment. You're not that sick. You'd rather be there? Yes. Smile, baby. I got you so good. I pranked you very good. She was like sobbing. She's so cute when she's like that.
God, I didn't peep that last part. Although her face is I'm kind of erect from her crazy eyes. Is that bad of me? That I'm kind of hard for her crazy face. But so what you could see here, I don't have to break down the joke, right? This is something that's become norm in society today, where you have people, come on, and you assume that it's this parody is not really one-to-one to real life. It is. It is one-to-one to real life. As a matter of fact, the comments here, we're talking about Matt and Abby. There were a couple ones that mentioned that Matt filming Abby having a full mental breakdown. And you look, and it turns out that, yes, Matt and Abby are one of these types of people. And this is the sort of bit that they'll do. Telling my husband, by the way, I'm pregnant, unplanned. So let's just talk about this real quick. Unplanned. Okay, babe, now you can come in. That's how it looks like. Just like the other lady, the lady that had a full mental breakdown on camera. She had to set her bitch up right there. She had to set up her camera there and then look at it and then make sure the angle was right and then start losing her mind and then go back, stop it, go on CapCut and then edit it and then put a voiceover. So she had to make the voiceover. And she fucked up. So she had to redo it, re-edit it, look at the video, put a little filter, have her parents hold the phone. There's a process. It's not unplanned. Let's go back to it. I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad. And it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Go ahead, you want to. I lied. I put an ad break. You see that? I also pinned a comment while I was there, as well as texted. And that deserves the pin of glory. Where Ronan Clear says, I think she means he accidentally did his seed release ritual in her, rather than the video being unplanned. A1. That is the sort of comedy that I'm talking about from the PigCake community. But let's go back to it here.
Very seriously pregnant. Do you see 2 lines? I guess I'm really sure.
Okay, let's be honest here, right? I'm sure most of us have been in some sort of couple-like situation where, you're not... or a couple-like situation where you have a significant other, you guys live together ostensibly. I'm saying that to a group of magicians, but let's just play imagine, right? In what situation would you be where you're a dude that maybe, I don't know, you're in the bathroom, she's in the bathroom, you're wearing a towel, your dick would be out. Why wouldn't it be? You guys are in a relationship. You guys are a couple. Oh, I'm gonna have a modesty around you where I've seen the inside of your butthole. Come on.
It's gonna be okay. Hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We love babies. It's okay.
God, this is so bad.
It's okay expecting this person.
I wasn't expecting. Look at this supposed private moment.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, now go to the camera. Now go pick up the camera.
You're just taking
Look at that. He's trying as best as possible not to look at the fucking camera.
You go, you know.
We know that we want to have more than one baby. It's okay.
Matt, there's never.
No, there isn't.
It's
It's okay.
right.
What is this?
I don't know.
We shouldn't be watching this. This shouldn't be on the internet. What the fuck?
It's okay. Honey, it's gonna be
God. There's no decorum anymore in society with fucking social media. Let's look at the shit. Days of Parenthood. We have some mommy blogger shit, right? Just to cringe. What are you doing? I want to find a video where they have a mental breakdown. I have to look for it. Matt and Abby, is that the name? Matt and Abby. I have to look up Matt Abby mental breakdown. This is the sort of riveting content we find ourselves having here on the Pigcast. Matt and Abby. Oh, wow. Thank you, Bing. No, yeah, thank you, Bing. Copy and paste doesn't work. That's great. Matt and Abby, mental. I'm going to look this up because I'm sure, according to these comments, I also don't think being sick, violence back, reproductive rights are being taken away. Okay, so this one's talking about some shit here. No, so there's no video on that. Thank you, Bing. Oh, Bing. You're so fun, Bing. So that's the vibe, right? That's the unfortunate vibe of these. And they're real. They exist. They're not parodies. They're not jokes. They're people that actually put their entire lives out there. Such a private moment that you should be out here talking with your husband. And yet you put it, you edit it, and then you post it. And now it's everybody's business. Your private moment of weakness, realizing that you might not be able to take care of another baby. But no, now everybody's looking at it, commenting on it, going, oh, whoa, fuck. That wet patch on her shirt is suspicious. Just the right height. Yeah, that's also kind of gross, too. Whenever you look, I know Liam Neeson has this problem where there's been like maybe 10 pictures of him and he's just urinated his pants. But it's happened to me for sure before. It's happened to every man that you pee and then you kind of shake it to get all the drops out. And then you put it back in your pants. And then you get that embarrassing dime-sized pee stain because you didn't shake it long enough. You didn't essentially do a seed release ritual in order to release all the leftover pee inside of your fucking urethra. So you have like a dime-shaped wet spot right on your dick. That's very embarrassing. So I didn't see that. Let's see here. Anybody else a fan of coconut oil? Right here. Huge fan for your hair, for cooking. I do it everywhere. I rub it on my nipples. The wet patch. All right, I already said that. Is he getting a boner as the video goes further? Look closer. I exited the video, unfortunately. Now I have to look up Matt and Abby. Again, Matt, Abby, Matt, Abby. What a weird name, Abby. Oh, there's Matt Abby controversy. Let's see what somebody has to say about it. Oh, because they're talking about reproductive rights, I guess. And then TikTok is out here trying to get me to log in. I don't want to log in, TikTok. Thank you. Can I find it? Oh, fuck. This is the worst thing ever. I'm going through these videos to see if I could see Matt getting a boner. Because I read a comment that said something similar to that. Thank you, man. Let's see. As the video progresses. No, that's just a fold in his towel. You are giving him a very generous estimate if you think that that's a boner. I feel like that's just a fold in the towel. I'm not even going to go and bother and look at it. Liam Neeson apparently got a massively long urethra. Some people never heard of condoms or pills. Is he getting hard when she cries? That's concerning. Also, 2 of you said that. No, he's not. Look, now I have to go back just because multiple people said it. Let's go back here. So his belly button is right here. So I assume his cock is right here, right? His penis is right here. If his belly button is here, his waist is right over here, right? He's kind of high-waisted, so I'm assuming the waist is here. So the cock piece is right here. Oh, can you see the mouse? I hope you can see the mouse, but it's right here. Can I go full screen? We're trying to analyze this. So he comes in. Oh, so I was mistaken. He comes in and puts on a towel. So actually that helps my argument, because my argument is that you'd have some decorum. Sorry, you wouldn't have decorum if this was a real relationship and a real unplanned bit. You just be your dick out. So let's look at the video right now. Let's look. I'm looking at his crotch and seeing. I think you guys think this is his dick. I think this is what you guys are thinking is his penis right here. This. But it would have to be pretty engorged. Let's see. I don't know. Dick gate? A penis gate? Maybe he gets off on this sort of stuff? We made you stare at his junk. I was going to do it regardless. It's Pride Month. Okay? We live in a society. Actually, no. You know what?
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
You're not welcome here if you're gonna be a bigot. If you're gonna be a bigot, all right? I could stare at a man's crotch. There's nothing wrong with that. I could be with my friend and do a seed release ritual. Nothing wrong with that. That's on you. That's on you if you're uncomfortable because of that. Okay? It's not me. It's not my insecurities. It's you. Let's go through here. We're now all looking at his junk. Who's lolling now? As I mentioned before, I was looking at his crotch anyways. I'm mesmerized. I might even buy some PigCake Magic Academy if I could find some at the grocery store. All hail Piggy. And I was about to do a thing that somebody would definitely Photoshop with me wearing a certain hat and a certain armband. I guess let's look at the last topic here, claustrophobia. I hate being enclosed in certain tight spaces, which is why I hate your mom. I hate tight spaces. It makes me uncomfortable. I scream. I can't. I remember they locked me in a cabinet once, and then I broke the cabinet door. Wasn't really a, oh man, you're so strong. It was a really shitty cabinet, but I broke through it, which incurred getting bitched at because, they did that funny prank where, hey, let's see if he fits here. Of course I fit here. Look, let's lock the cabinet door. No, you're not going to lock me in there, pulling out. I'm uncomfortable. So the thought of one of these...
in that, it was done.
What's this? Oh, somebody just subscribed. Nice. Thank you, Brad. Brad Christian is that, not the name. I'm not retarded. So one of the things that scares the shit out of me is this notion of a water park. First of all, I cannot swim. I'm a Cuban man. I cannot swim. I understand that there's some level of humor there. However, it's a fact. So this is my nightmare, which is going in a water park in one of these fucking death tubes. And I've always wondered, what happens if you get stuck? Do you get transported into the back rooms? Are you done? Are you left there forever? Do your parents now abandon you? How does that work? So this is what happens. And I got an answer. However, it's the same shit with McDonald's and Burger King. They used to have these slides that are twirling. You used to be able to crawl inside of it. And essentially, it's a germ tube. It's a tube that's contained about 100 kids' sneezes. And you're now smelling in their sneeze. It's the same shit here. But this is my absolute fucking nightmare. Watching this video, I don't think I've ever been more uncomfortable watching any video. And I've seen that one, bits and bobs of that chainsaw one that got popular years ago. I remember seeing a bit of the Two Girls, One Cup. That was a fun one. A lot of videos that I've seen that didn't make me as uncomfortable as this one. I watched this and I put my phone down and said, no, I can't watch the rest of it. So let's go through it. You guys might think I'm a bitch. But I lived vicariously through this individual, and I felt his panic. Wow, nice. Hey, maybe a little warning here with the sound being enough to rupture your eardrums. Fuck you. First of all, what is this witchcraft where he's coming down one way, and then suddenly there seems to be some sort of, it might be the angle changing, but then he comes back around from the same place that he just exited, and then he gets stuck? No, fuck you, dude. Suck my nuts. There seems to be some sort of system here in place, though. And he's laughing about it. I would be apoplectic. I would be in shock in this particular scenario. Now, one of the comments did say that it was some sort of gravity thing. That's funny. How to prevent this from happening. Obviously, a Family Guy meme there. Yeah, I would have died. Buddy realizing he isn't going nowhere. The amount of anxiety I got watching this. Usually I'd bitch about these comments and go, wow, what a pussy. But no, I felt that. I think somebody said, run by a single circuit roller coaster in theory with a block system. The operator has a button to trigger the launch. They were talking about some sort of gravity feeding thing that is a fail safe because there's like an exit thing. That's what I read. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But fuck you. Just this moment of... You think this is the scary part. Oh, it's going to drop you like a 90-degree. No. No. It's the sheer terror when you just stop. And then the thought of somebody else coming down the slide and hitting you, and now you're both stuck. And then now you have to worm around them. Ugh. No fucking thank you, man. Let's go through here. Made me stare at his junk. Cough in the slides, pee in the ocean, step on Piggy's foot. Gotta collect them all. Yeah, in the USA, Special Forces have a drill. It's a small pipe with a muddy stream where you have to go through and pass the test. It's hard mentally. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. This right here is just the worst. You're just stuck. And then now you live there. Now this is your life. You have to drink the water. You have to, I don't know, eat off. You have to live off your toenail clippings. You actually had me believing you were Crockett in this duel. Is my nightmare. That's funny. I think that would be the bit. Me and Daniel are planning a video for some sort of thing where we're deciding whether or not which character from Miami Vice we want to be. Obviously, both of us want to be Sonny Crockett, although me being the one that's famous, obviously I'm going to be Sonny Crockett. And it's not like Tubbs is anything to frown upon. Tubbs is pretty tremendous on his own right. So that is the most nightmarish shit. And the worst part is that he giggles. He's just there. He comes in. He starts laughing before he even opens the door. No, thank you, my dude. So this guy's job is to just be there? Because that was pretty quick. Right? I assume this guy's job is to be in problematic areas of this particular thing, which is seems to be a design flaw in this particular set of water slides, where you have to have an opening and you have to have a dude that's probably there to anticipate this thing. It sounds like a pretty shitty slide. Let's go through here. Those cave explorers who die in a small place. Yeah, those are the other ones and the videos that I just can't watch. But these guys are essentially trying to worm their way through a vagina-sized slit in a rock, and they're talking about having to decompress their lungs so they could squeeze through. What happens if you want to take a breath? Just out of curiosity. Now you have to stop midway between you and this junction, and then you're now going head first in a cave. So you could tell people about it? Okay. What unnerves me is those helicopter boat capsize simulations where you have to get your seatbelt off and break through the door. That's what gets you? No, what gets me is being stuck in a slide for the rest of my life. And I says famous. Yeah, there was obviously some level of irony said there. And it's not going to happen until you realize that I'm the star. I encourage you, Daniel, to spell that. To try to spell that. I imagine that was the entire sentence that you just put there was using voice commands, which doesn't count. I want you to spell it. So that's the claustrophobia bit. Again, the cave people, we might look at that in the next episode. But that fucks me up. I'm trying to find the comment that explained it about the gravity. There was this whole scientific explanation. It's a gravity. It's a thing that they have in slides run by single circuits. Let me see this one that I skipped over. A lot of these rides are run by single circuit roller coaster in theory with a block system. The operator has a button to trigger the launch, and it has a set of red and green lights. Until the rider passes a sensor at the exit of the ride, the light stays red, and the launch button will not work. Once that light is red, longer than it should take for the rider to finish, they send somebody to check on what's going on. Some of the newer slides have multiple sensors to determine where the people are at any given time. You say that, but also I'm looking at the place, and it looks like somewhere in I don't know, the Philippines. Now, that's not to say that the Philippines aren't technologically advanced, but it's like a water park in Cuba, you know? So this one is talking about the merits of that. And also there's an ad with some sort of shoddy here. Ah, damn. Yeah, you're not looking at this, but there's some sort of bra ad that I'm looking at right now. A push-up bra talking about, there's no way it does that. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Let me go back here. Right? Says a bra ad. I was here enthralled by this shoddy who will never wear this weird granny bra. And then this is definitely a lie. This one here. That's not going to happen with that. That's a miracle. So I got distracted by titties. Let's see what else. Cards are the last thing on my to-do list here. As I've mentioned before, I'm going to have a stream on Monday, which is going to be for the cards and the release of the cards. So hopefully I'm going to do a live stream and a live launch of the cards themselves. So that could either be a success, it could be a massive failure. Be there on Monday to find out with the release of the missing piece deck of playing cards. Recently, whales have been eating people alive. Just swallow them and people get stuck in the food pipes. Yeah, you're also not dying until you get to the parts where I imagine it's bile eats you alive. But that sounds like another nightmarish situation. Reminds me of that retard high schooler that recently jumped off of a fucking cruise ship. I don't know that I don't think I covered this on the Pigcast, right? The source for news. But let me see. Kid jumps cruise. But I believe this 18-year-old just jumped. I know he wasn't found. There was a couple people that did this. One was not found, and another guy was caught by the Coast Guard to no avail. Let's see if they have the video here. Of course, this article is going to be an article, but it's not going to have the video. It says video shows, and it's not going to show the video. Thank you. Idiot. What are you doing to yourself? Oh, yeah, let me just jump off this fucking cruise liner and end up in the belly of a whale. Come on, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. I would actually enjoy to see a Daniel Cabrera in a fun video again. I have that weird fantasy about the PigCake Academy advertisement, but Daniel playing Piggies word for word. That would probably take 9,000 takes. Let's go through here. Talking about whales here. Here come the ladies. Delete this comment. Delete it. Fuck. The guy who jumped into shark-infested water and was never found. Tell people it's a limited release. Yeah, that's what I should tell. You're right. I should mention, hey guys, by the way, limited release. Never going to release these ever again. And then somehow when the deck is produced, I find a box of playing cards that I didn't know they existed. And then I have a sale. But that's the stream, I guess. This one was a pretty bad one. I got to say, if I got to give myself a rating, this one wasn't good. If you're going to judge the other streams, or this one based on the other ones, I wouldn't. This was a pretty atrocious one. I feel like my heart wasn't in it from the beginning. Maybe weekends are not a good time for me to stream. It has to be during the week where I'm dynamic and bombastic. But this one, I don't know if I'm going to even get things to clip. Was there anything worthwhile that was mentioned apart from seed release rituals? I definitely think the Thursday one was a banger. The one before that, I had a nice streak, and eventually I had to have what I consider to be a downer, which was this one. But even then, it's still like a B plus. The downer was still a pretty good grade. I wouldn't shit the bed. I wouldn't kick you out of bed for eating crackers. What else can I tell you? Here's some advice. Michael Lawrence, read that again. Tell people that it's a limited Fontaine release, sold out in 45 seconds. Oh, you're talking about lying and saying that it's a Fontaine release, when clearly it's not. Although, judging from some of the recent releases, I'm sure that I could probably pass it off as one of theirs. What can I talk about? Oh, right here. Okay, so inside of this, I have a couple things. I have water, very important. I have a flavoring packet of zero sugar. It's zero sugar, I think Starburst, strawberry flavor, and a pinch of salt. Your boy's hydrated as shit right now. The electrolytes and the salt, the flavoring of the water. You don't need Gatorade. Gatorade is salt water, essentially. Electrolytes. What do you think the electrolytes come from? From salt. So just mix yourself one of these bad boys. Another good thing is to put some salt in your coffee, a little bit of a pinch of salt. Some people think, ew, that's going to make it bad. No, it's not. No, it's not. You have no taste palate. So that's my advice, I guess, at the end of the video. I guess Nancy Pelosi, right? I'm really getting tired of mentioning Nancy Pelosi to end my streams. We all know she's got big hooters. She's been around forever. She's somehow 100 times her net worth, even though she's on a salary of a politician, which is not really crazy. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing, but it's not 100 nair, right? 200 million is what she's worth. Oh, from just knowing the market. From just knowing the market. She's so good. She's so good when it comes to her investments. It's crazy how good she is. It makes you wonder.
You know, we're living in a society.
Okay.